What's up, y'all? This is Nytelife, and thank you for joining me again for the Follow the Leader podcast. It's been a hell of a journey. It's been cool to be able to get these new pods off to you, and thank y'all for y'all support and continued support. And then even the people that didn't support and that don't support, I'd like to thank you. So this pod is dedicated to you. It is called Doubtfire. Doubt is a universal type of thing that happens to everyone when they're doing things creatively, when they're doing things that go against the status quo, when they're doing things that are not favorably or popular to somebody else. And then sometimes is when other people fear to be able to take a chance and do them themselves. I've constantly been in this spot. I've launched and failed so many things and been through so many things, but I'm just not afraid to try, especially when I love those things. This journey goes from launching a record label. This journey goes from launching my first podcast, launching my second podcast, um, What the Podcast. And I was a avid fan and still is an avid fan of the Joe Budden podcast. And it made me feel like that would be a fun thing to do, was to get together some of my friends and just bullshit and talk about things. And I would enjoy that. And I enjoyed that time. You know, it was with Sandman. We had D-Rock on. We had The Godfather. We had Sam. And we had a good time. We had a real good time doing that. But as things start to progress in other areas and people tend to have to other things they have to do with their lives besides sitting around talking shit with one of their friends, you know, that passed on. And continuing to jump in the spaces, continuing to do music, continuing to put out projects with not a lot of fanfare, or just not even caring that, I'm doing this, and to the people that love it will receive it, and to the people that don't. And I'm just not afraid to do that. Now, it's always tend to play your cards with the thing that you're most successful at. You know, mind you, I ain't quit my job over none of this shit. So it's like, I think that's the sound practice, is like making sure that home is taken care of first, and I have to make sure that my bills is paid. So I'm going to do what I do in regards to that. But I'm going to make every moment count that's outside of that to be able to push towards my goals and put towards my dreams. My dream is to push the gauntlet as far as I can go, or as far as it can go, not as far as I can go, as far as it can go. My dream is pushing Mitchell Media Review as far as it can go. My dream is pushing my music as far as it can go. And I'm not scared. People say you have no time, you can't do this, you can't do that. Why are you doing this? You're too old. Why are you doing this? You have other things that you could be doing that's better than this time spent. And to be and to keep it a buck, as the kids say, man, a lot of people around you think this shit is a hobby. A lot of people around you think that your dream, your creative gifts, the things that you're putting your time and effort and energy into are hobbies, and they're not going anywhere. That's why they're not buying into them. That's why they're not investing into them. That's not why they're not checking in on them, because of doubt. They may have wanted to, they may have wanted to play basketball or football, or maybe wanted to be a musician, or maybe they wanted to write a book, or they wanted to do all kinds of other shit and talk themselves out of it because they thought that it couldn't be done. But when you continue to just push forward, that scares a lot of people. They don't want to get left behind. As you ascend, the air gets thinner. People can't breathe where you're going, and that's it. So you got to keep pushing. Everybody has been doubted. Everybody that is successful has been doubted by somebody. Somebody laughed at that shit. Somebody laughed at Nas's first rhyme. Somebody laughed at Dr. Dre's first beat. Somebody laughed at Steve Jobs when he was tinkering around and trying to figure out what to do with with the iPhone and Apple and all of that shit. You're going to be doubted in any area. There's not going to be a natural consensus of everything across the board of what you do. It's not going to be well received by everyone. There's going to be that chosen few that are there from the beginning of the process all the way to when the shit pop, and those are the ones that you celebrate with, and you pop the champagne with, and you have a couple of drinks with, and you spend a couple of dollars with, because those are the ones that was there when you didn't have or wasn't shit at that particular time. You just have to be patient enough to push. My regret is that I quit on things too early. The things that I was working with, the things that I had the right idea, probably not the right execution, probably not the right timing. But had I continued to push against that wall and break it, then I'd have got to where I was going. But it was always pivot to another area that, oh, okay, well, this sounds good, so I'm gonna do this. Let me go ahead and go over here and do this. Well, this seems cool, so let me go ahead and do this. All the other people that have been successful did not stop. They did not quit. They did not waver. They did not have anybody that was, don't you think you shouldn't be doing this? They were smart enough to get the hell away from those people. They were smart enough to get the hell away from them. The dream killers. You have to reframe your doubt as opportunity. That's all doubt is. I don't know if I can do this, then converts to growth mindset. Man, you know what? I may not be where I am now, but eventually I'll get there if I keep going. And you have to keep chipping away at it. And that's also going to fuel your creativity. It's always got to be that voice in the back of your head that's telling you, oh, you ain't shit. You ain't gonna be nothing. You ain't gonna be nothing. Remember what they said to you? Remember they told you you weren't gonna go this far? You weren't gonna go ahead and knock this extra set out of the weights. You wasn't gonna go ahead and write this other verse. You wasn't gonna go ahead and record this. You wasn't gonna go ahead and do the things that you need to do for yourself. You have to use that as fuel to be able to get out of your own way with that. Sometimes conventional wisdom is not conventional. You have to leap out on faith, and you have to continue to push, and you have to continue to believe in what your mission is. I have to set a good example for my kids by continuing to push on my vision and not let anybody tell me that I can't do some shit, that I shouldn't do some shit, that I don't want to do some shit. I cannot continue to live in that space. Only thing that's stopping me is time, and I got the time. I can make the time, I can manage the time. That's where it grooms success. And you got to build the strongest team possible that you have. That starts with you. Organization and understanding where it is that you're going and laying a path so everybody can clearly see that. And then finding the pieces along the way to be able to support what your vision is and what your mission is. If you do that, then you become successful. You have to find people that believe in your vision, that believe in the gospel. They see it. They see the oasis that nobody else sees. When you're out in the desert, you're thirsty as hell and you're hallucinating. But the people there that are along with you for that ride, they see the oasis. And those are the ones that you got to turn to. You got to turn away from all the other negative ass people that don't want you to do anything. or all the jealous ass people that don't want you to do anything, or all the people that want to further their vision instead of you furthering yours. It's up to you to be able to stand up to them, to be able to stand up to the moment and handle it. What's your personal conviction? The strongest thing on earth is belief. That's the strongest thing on earth. If you believe in something, nobody can tell you different. That's why we have so many religious arguments and so many arguments about politics, so many arguments about sports, so many arguments about entertainment. That's why the Kendrick and Drake thing was so big, because people had their beliefs. They believed in Drake and they believed in Kendrick and they believed in that moment, right? It's belief. If you take belief out of what it is you're doing, it's dead. Don't let nobody talk your beliefs to death. You cannot allow it. If this is what you want to do with yourself, if you want to go out and be the best, you my father used to tell me this shit all the time. He said, brother, if you want to go out there, you want to be the best garbage man there is, then you can be the Joe Montana of garbage man. Be the best garbage man out there. Do whatever it is possible. If that's what you want to do, make sure you put your all into it and you do everything you can to be the best at it. Your beliefs can take you there. And you got to be resilient enough to know that when that moment comes and you're running your mile, your lungs are burning, your stomach is hurting, you're sweating, your legs are trembling, and you almost there, you push through and you make it happen. Because then you're building endurance. Then it's like what that next mile look like. And what that next mile look like. You're creating a resilient mindset. You're not letting nothing stop you. You don't have to. There's no rules to this shit at all. The rules and the confines for these things and doing things for ourselves is built by us. We build our own prisons when it comes to that. We build our own limitations. Nobody else can set those limitations for you. We do that ourselves. Find a way. Take action regardless. Remember a couple of pods ago, we was talking about how you do things when you don't want to do them? I don't want to get up and work out today. I really want to lose this 20 pounds. I don't want to work out today. That's the days when you push through and you make it happen. You just get your ass up and you make it happen. Because once you push through that and once you're done, you will be able to look at yourself and thank yourself for strength, for honoring the process, for believing in yourself to be able to get that done. It takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. I know that's an old term, but it applies so much and always carries weight. It takes so much time. You can only fill up a bowl one drop at a time when it comes to that. Just keep going. And then along your journey, make sure that you're not taking all hate as just hate. The people that give you the constructive criticism, take that and you convert that into knowledge, belief, wisdom, faith, opportunity for growth, and to be able to advance yourself. Some people are in it to be able to help you tweak it along the way to fix it. Not everybody is out here to shit on it. Everybody that tells you, well, I didn't care for that. Here's what I didn't like. There's a way that it can be done to a point where you can get something out of it. You can get power out of the critique. We do it all the time on the gauntlet. We critique people's beats and we have to tell them in a manner that breaks them down, builds them up, and encourages them to continue to push. You have to be able to leverage the feedback that you're getting and just be mindful of the feedback that you're getting and who you're getting it from. Some people that are out here are only there to cut people down and they disguise that as feedback. But they want to be the grumpy old veteran and shit on everything that anyone does that's different from what they did. Again, those are the ones you got to identify real quick and you got to get the hell away from them. Because they're around. Some of them masquerade as legends. They don't build anything. They don't build anybody. In wrestling, they say they don't put the youngsters over. They don't put them over. In the process of all of that too, you got to make sure that you don't lose yourself. You stay your authentic self, your authentic you. You do it your way. You do it the way that you always dreamed it, and be true to yourself. Anything that I tell you on this camera is not some shit I wouldn't tell you off camera. You can ask anybody around me. This is legit me 100% of the time. You can ask the people I work with. You can ask the people that I'm friends with. You can ask my family members. This is 100% me all the time. I'm not going to bend and I'm not going to cave in to anybody else's beliefs or anybody else's, you know, comments, feedback, negativity, or try to convert myself to be favorable in a room. I don't give a fuck about that. I really don't. I'm here for one mission: to push this podcast to the next level. I'm here to push the gauntlet to the next level. I'm here to push my music to the next level. I'm here to push my kids to the next level. I'm here to push my job to the next. I'm here for it all. Focused, determined, and I will not be stopped. And you should not be stopped either. All during that time, the key important thing is to celebrate other people's success. It's okay to look at other people's success and be motivated by their success to push you forward. But do not be upset or look at them like, why them? How come they get it and I don't get it? I work way harder than they do. Why the hell did they get that opportunity? Your job in the moment is to be in the room when the person gets the Grammy, to stand up and clap for them. Even if you thought you was better than them, even if you thought you did better work than them. The grace in the moment is to still clap for them and still be appreciative of their moment. Because when it's time for you, you're going to want everybody to stand for you too. That comes full circle. Being a great and determined loser in those situations and being valiant in efforts and tipping your cap properly to people will get you a long way out here. They'll remember that. And people will fight for you in rooms that you're not in based on things like that. He showed me love when nobody else showed me love. I remember I was only getting such and such views and you was the only one that was there. I remember that you bought my first album when nobody else was buying it. I love being those moments for people. I love being like I told you so about people when they pop. Because eventually I'll have my championship moment. I've watched enough confetti fall from the sky for other people to not have my moment. My moment's coming. It's going to be everything I thought it was and more because I'm going to continue to push. I'm not going to let things fall. I'm not going to let things fail. I'm not going to quit. Let that be a notice to anybody out there that ever will think I will quit on anything in regards to my shit again, period. No, I will not. I am determined I will be successful. I did not put this time. I did not put this energy. I did not put this money. I did not put this blood, sweat, and tears. I did not put my creative ingenuity into all of this to walk away from it and be like, well, on to the next thing. Been there, done that, failed, not doing it again. I can be successful in all things I do. I don't have to just be successful in one. So I'm not going to stop. I ask that each of my listeners, each of my viewers, look within themselves at their own creative journeys. Identify your sources of doubt and take action to foster your own vision. Share them with me. Comment on this shit, man. Let me know what's up. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if this is inspiring you. I'll do the same with you. It's all on us to be able to build our own community when it comes to recognizing ourselves. Everybody busts their ass doing something out here creatively. And when they do something creatively, they need to be rewarded for it because they are putting their all into it and they're doing it well. Every producer that I encounter on the gauntlet that goes through, or anybody that went through those brackets has talent. Anybody that I've ever rocked with on a song has talent. Anybody whose beat I ever rocked on has talent. Support, recognize, help them. Give love, you'll get love. Don't be selfish. You can be good and win. I don't care what you see from these evil ass people that are out here doing who knows what, taking advantage of people and manipulating people and trying to get over on them. You can be good and win. You can still be a good person out here. Everybody thinks you have to be a piece of shit in order to be successful. You don't have to be a piece of shit in order to be successful. You can still do this and not lose yourself. You can still do this and be capable. You can be loved and win. You don't have to be hated to win. Those who hate, let them motivate you. Push forward. Use it as fuel, use it as incentive, use it as drive. Those who support you, appreciate their love, acknowledge their love, embrace their love, share their love for you and the things that they do, and share love for them. That's that reciprocal energy that comes around, goes around, and is continuously in a loop 360 all the time. It's up to you as far as the road that you travel. You can either lead, you can follow, or you can get the hell out the way. Thank you again for joining me for the Follow the Leader podcast. Please make sure that you tune in this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for the Gauntlet Beat Battle crossover with Ski Beats Smack Pack Volume 20. We will be judging the final 8. The bracket looks amazing. The artists there are dope. Some of them have been through our bracket as well. And very excited to be able to share that space with Ski Beats and to be able to share that space with the community. So please, if you can get an opportunity, go to Instagram, check out Ski Beats, get the time locked in, get a reminder, get a notification bell, subscribe to his page, all of that. Subscribe to our page too. We close to 1,000, the Gauntlet Beat Battle page for YouTube. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so we need you to get over the hump. Help us out. Go and subscribe. And while you're at it, make sure that you subscribe to this too if you haven't subscribed to it. Mitchell Media Review, Follow the Leader podcast is there. The Plain Black Rapper podcast is there. The podcast episodes, which is amazing. You should check those out. Those are so much fun. The 4-Bar Loop series that I had, interview series. I interviewed people from Sugar T. I've interviewed True Justice, Vocab Slick. So many people that I've had the pleasure of being able to interview, including my brother Sandman and Lens Prog, Mannie Beat Shy. I've done a ton of interviews there, so you can check those out too. The old content. But most importantly, engage with this one. Follow the leader. Big time shit. And I got some surprises coming real soon. I got some interviews coming here on the Follow the Leader podcast. So as I said before, you know what time it is when you step up. You either lead, follow, or get out of the way. That's my time. Nytelife. Peace.